in the interview with Rob Bottom, Richard West and Glynn Morgan of Threshold, the new singer and the keyboardist. Yeah, you had your first gig yesterday, so how were the reactions on your first gig yesterday, especially on the new material?
Fantastic. The new material especially, it's quite surprising because it usually takes time for people to warm to newer songs. But they seem to be going down, especially the ones that we did videos for, but even other ones, it's really going down well.
Yeah.
And for me, just loved it. It was one of the best shows we've done in a long time.
Yeah.
Really felt good, loved it. Looking forward to tonight.
And is it easy for you to sing the material that was originally sung by Mac and by Damien?
Yeah, it's a challenge. It's not easy. Both of them are fantastic singers in their own rights. Two different, styles. But it keeps me on my toes.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, fantastic. And Damien Wilson and Pete Morton are not members of Threshold anymore, so what were the reasons for these line-up changes, and did it influence the work on Legends of the Shires?
It's a long story. I'd rather focus on the fact we just had 10 great years with them. It was a really nice chapter, and I look back on that with really fond memories. But things change, and now we've got Glynn back, and we're looking to the future, and just really happy to be carrying on.
But there were no mixed emotions.
It's always difficult, you get to know each other, you become a family. But you look back at the history of Threshold, we've changed a few times over the years. So it's another change and another opportunity to do something different, to change, to grow, and it's been a good move.
Yes. And your former bass player John Jury had a vocal part on the Shires, so how did it come?
It was an idea of Carl's, I think. Yeah, and it really works. His style of vocal just really fitted that particular segment, and bringing an old member back into the fold just for that. He was over the moon. I was, I think it's absolutely fantastic personally. I think Richard liked it too, so that was it. And I think the people who buy the records like it as well, so it really works.
This Legends of the Shires is a blast again. It's a 2 CD concept album, and the Shires are a hint to Lord of the Rings. So what was the idea to create it this way?
Nothing to do with Lord of the Rings.
Nothing?
Nothing at all, no. It's the Shires are just regions of England. So for us it's just another word for a region or a county. And it's a story about how the regions come together and form a country and how that grows. But also it's like a parallel story, so it's a story of a man and how he grows and his journey through life. So no hobbits.
It was a different kind of composing because of the conceptual story compared to an album with individual songs. Was it harder or?
It's so much more fun. It's great to write songs, but when you can have a concept and weave it through the story, have repeating themes, it's as a composer that is just beautiful to have the opportunity to do that. So we just loved every minute. It was great fun to write.
So, and you generally pick up social and political criticism in your lyrics. So is there social and political criticism to be found on this album as well?
A little bit, yeah. It's relevant to the times. You can maybe hear a little bit of Brexit in there occasionally. I think maybe State of Independence is a bit like a divorce song between Angela Merkel and England. But it's light, it's not meant to be a heavy political statement. But, the times we're in obviously influence how we write. They always have them.
And was it harder to compose epic songs like The Man Who Saw Through Time and Lost in Translation? Was it easier to compose the shorter ones?
Shorter, easier, of course, but more fun, the long ones. For me, writing Man Who Saw Through Time was an absolute pleasure. You get all this room to breathe out a concept, to weave and dive and come in with all these themes. It's so fun to write.
Okay, and Yeah, it's not me, but a music critic described your music as a blend between Queen and Metallica. So is that right? Would you agree?
It's not bad. You'd take it, wouldn't you? Let's face it.
do work.
You'd take that description.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite like that.
Yeah. Both fans of Queen, I think.
Yeah.
And both fans of Metallica, so.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose it's got elements. I think Metallica a little bit more.
Bit heavier than us. Yeah.
I suppose it's got the melodic bit of sort of Queen and punchiness occasionally of Metallica. Yeah.
Actually, Metallica did a great cover, didn't they? Of Stone Cold Crazy.
Yeah.
And that sounds nothing like us. So the analogy breaks down.
Perhaps Queen will do a Metallica track.
So and is it hard to find the right balance between orchestral parts and hard rock parts, or who is responsible for the hard rocking parts in Threshold, and who is responsible for the orchestral part? I guess it's you.
It's not so simple. I think when we started, you had a couple of guys in the band that were into their metal, and a couple of guys that liked rock. So we thought, well, let's try fusing them together, see what happens. And it was before really progressive metal even was a thing.
Yeah.
We just did it because we like the sound of it. And it's just become our sound, so whoever's writing will think both ways now.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, and you had many changes in your lineup. It's the first question. So what do you think? You know, I'm not a sorcerer, but have you found the ultimate lineup now, or is it still open?
I would say we have worked with so many good people over the years. So we've just been privileged all the way through. You know, great drummers, great vocalists, great guitarists. Right now, this is perfect. It's absolutely beautiful. But I don't want to say anything about the past because the past was great too. But we're just really happy. We feel like a family. We're having a great time. Works really well musically. Loving it.
And you were a member of Threshold before, I guess, on the second album. So was it some kind of déjà vu to get back into the band?
It was just a phone call. I mean, I'd always kept in touch with Richard, and I'd done things on the side. So it was just, for whatever reason, they gave me a call. I had to listen to the demos, and I was blown away. And it's fantastic. It's great fun again, and it takes me back every night. You know, with Richard and Carl, I know other members were different at the time, but it's still in its essence. It'll always be Threshold, whatever, you know, it's Threshold, and it's all into carnations or something.
It was the material for Legends of the Shires written for the voice of Damien, so was it hard for you to adapt it?
To be honest, you know, when I wrote, I was just trying to write good songs. Sometimes I would hear Damien's voice in my head, sometimes I would hear Mac, sometimes I hear me, sometimes I even heard Lynn's voice. It depends on the song. So it wasn't really written for one singer in the same
So,
you know, when I was writing My New Sort Through Time, I was hearing more of a Mac Glynn sort of voice anyway, and so it's come out really nicely.
Okay, and what are your plans for 2018? Is there maybe a US tour or some kind like that? Because you're mostly touring in Europe, maybe for example playing the USA or some kind like that.
Yeah, so we're playing Rosfest in the US in May. But before that, now this is good, we're playing 70,000 tons of metal. So we go to Florida, we get on a cruise ship, there's 3,000 fans, 60 bands, can you believe it? They all play twice, so 120 gigs. And we sail for 4 or 5 days down to the Caribbean and back, and we get paid for it. So that's
great.
That's like the band holiday.
Have you ever experienced playing on a ship?
Yeah, we did the cruise 3 years ago, and it was wonderful. And we're very happy they left us back. So we get to do it all over again. But that's going to be a good one. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, that's I believe. And it's a DVD, and the last DVD was from 2004. Are there any plans for a future DVD? Is it still an interesting thing today because of YouTube and other formats?
It was talked about before this tour really, but we just thought it was a little bit early for a DVD.
Yeah.
Possibly a lot going on. There maybe
on the next tour.
Yeah,
it's possible.
Maybe on the next
We'd like
tour.
to. It's been a long time.
Very long time. Yeah.
But you look at some of the footage on YouTube now. The quality's so good. We got some clips back from Athens. We played there a couple of weeks ago, and it's brilliant. Looks good, sounds good.
Yeah.
So I don't know if DVDs really whether people buy them or just want to watch them later on YouTube. But yeah, it'd be nice. It'd be nice to do another one.
Yeah. And then you are playing guitar as well. Is it rhythm guitar or a solo guitar as well?
Mostly rhythm parts with dual guitar. So I'll pick up some of the harmonies. We're going to increase some of the rhythm parts as we go along. Put more bits in. I think we talked about that earlier. And I enjoy it. I've always played guitar. I always wanted to be a guitarist. I was really disappointed becoming a singer. So.
Yeah. But it's no problem with the guitar playing and singing. It's no conflict.
Not at the minute. I had my own band and I played and sang all the while. So some parts are tricky. You couldn't sing over the lead parts, for example. But at the minute I don't think except for Innocent, I don't think I'd sing and play at the same time.
Good.
Yes.
Yes. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, is it a problem for you or interesting for you? The royal family?
I think it's a shame because she was really good in Suits and she's now being written out.
Yeah.
So a little bit disappointed.
Okay, what do you have further information for the fans that is left out? Unasked questions, unanswered questions?
Right, you covered it pretty well, I think. Where are we playing? When can we come and see you?
Yeah.
Check out fresh.net, all the tour dates are on there.
Yeah.
But it's so far been a great tour, absolutely lovely.
Fantastic.
Good to be back.
It's still
Thanks to everyone who's been along already.
It's still in the beginning and it goes on. In England, how was the reaction in England? Because it's your home country, but you didn't often play, or you did not often play there, I guess.
No, we did a show in Manchester last week, went really well, it was good. Before that we played in Wales in a place called HRH World, a great festival.
Yeah.
And then the end of the tour we go to London, which is our home gig. And that's
That's
always
good.
great. Yeah.
Friends and family will attend the show.
Always, We're looking forward to that one.
Yeah. Okay, thank you for this nice
Thank you very
interview.
Thanks very much.